Hi, I'm Pat Fenner. Welcome back to Homeschool Freedom Fridays, where we're talking about all things homeschool, all things today, all things high school. Actually, specifically, we're talking about when you have a teenager who is nearing college and has no idea what he wants to do. It can be she too, but I'm going to speak from my experience. And I have a teen who doesn't know what he wants to do. So I have some tips that might help you navigate this season if you find yourself in it. As you can tell, as you can see from the boxes behind me, I am kind of nearing wrapping up a lot of my, at least I'm done with all of the younger elementary school years and getting rid of material. So I find myself in the middle and high school ages, which I've actually been for a few years now. And so that's what's going on behind me. But anyway, what I wanted to share with you today were a couple of things you can do. One of them is work through the book with them or have them work through what color is your parachute for teens. My husband worked through the adult version years ago when he was had a career change. It was very helpful. I personally haven't used the teen version yet, although I am familiar with the adult version, and that was wonderful. Actually, the teen version is something I may be using, and I may be able to do a review to share with you on that one. You also might have them take a spiritual gifts test. Spiritual gifts are gifts that that God has kind of hardwired us with, and they're not always like a talent or a skill. But knowing them, I've done this with two of my other children. Knowing them can sometimes open the door to some other career options that they may not be thinking about. So I have a link to a simple one below that you could try. And then, of course, you can Google spiritual gift tests and find a plethora of them. You might also consider a gap year. These are more and more becoming more and more popular. And actually, with the cost of college tuition versus the cost of salaries for entry level salaries, they're not a bad idea to look into. We have some posts that I'll give you links below this. We've done some posts about different options for them and things you should consider when you're planning that and things like that. So that might be something that you might want to consider. Gives them kind of a breather from the pressure of what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? So that's one thing you might want to do. They might want to consider trades. College isn't necessarily the next step for everybody. Trade schools, the trades in general, plumbing, electricians, welders, things like that, air conditioning, heat and air conditioning guys. Those are less and less young people are entering those fields. But they're not going away. We'll need plumbers pretty much forever. And even if everybody is working on the internet, electricity runs those computers. So those are safe trades that probably will be very lucrative in years to come. You might want to consider that one. You might want to look into also some free online classes that are out of the box, not considered part of what your normal high school curriculum might be, just for exploration. And of course, you'd know how best to word it with your kids, so you're not just giving them something else to do. But I know Khan Academy has, and we have some other links below, some other ways to get a taste, get a try of something different that they might not have considered before. And of course, definitely, you want to go the free route because these are all exploratory things. We're not sure that they're going to follow anything like that. So those are some ideas for handling that. What do we do? And if you have some more ideas, definitely add them in the comments. So yeah. So anyway, so that's what I've got for you. Thank you again for being here at Homeschool Freedom Fridays. If you're watching this anywhere outside of patandcandy.com, please, I'd encourage you to come visit and check our site out. And definitely subscribe to these videos because we'll be back every Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern with a new episode of Homeschool Freedom Fridays. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.